Welcome back. It is 1687. In the last one, we lost another baby, but Gideon did have another baby. Cameron has announced Kirilu as his heir. Pullman has reunited with his family, and Gideon has started an affair with Deborah this year. The measles. Anyway, Gideon the second. No 4, 8, or 17. Let's see if Gideon's heir is surviving. He is. Mary and Tawa are aging up into teenagers, no 7 or 14. Okay, so far so good. Ooh, Tawa. Okay, you died. And then will Mary get married? She will. Okay, so Mary is getting married. Sorry, was that her last name? Did I just make that up? No, I didn't. Okay, yeah. Samoset is passing away. Okay. I have no reason to ignore it anymore. The measles, baby, toddler, children, and pregnant Sims. No 10 on a D10. So let's get a D10 up. Okay, we have 3 pregnant Sims right now. We'll just roll for them first because they're harder to find. So we have Alice. Can't get a 10. Alice. Oh my gosh. Abigail. Okay, Abigail survived. Sakima. Yeah, Sakima. Oh my goodness. Let me just grab one of these again. Terrible at this. Look at how ugly this is. Anyway. Measles. 1687. Oh my gosh, you guys. I cannot believe that Alice just died. Wow. Okay. Okay. Alice just died. Okay, now we need baby, toddler, child Sims. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. Okay. Who are you? I don't know this family. Get out of my town. Anyway, where was I? Okay, so we have Phineas the second. Oh gosh. Okay, he survived. Next, let's go this way. Okay, we do not have any babies there. Here, okay, we have a child sim. Thanks the second. Okay, he survived. Over here, I don't know really how to go around this. Okay, you have no children. You have no children. Okay, we have 2 children here. We have Redmila and Vladimiru. Will they survive? Vladimiru died. Vladimiru Borisov. Oh my goodness. Okay, everything's fine. Everything's okay. You're fine. You're fine. We have Catherine and Gideon in our other household. Oh my gosh. Gideon. Okay, he survived. That was it for over here. And then over here in the Smith household, we have Clement. Okay, he survived. We have none. None. We have 2 girls here. We have Aylin and Wyatt. Okay. So far, so good. Over here, none. Over here, we have Tawa. Wait, didn't Tawa already die? And then we have, okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 kids in this household. Too many. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Of course, like the only one dies is Alice. Okay. Well, that's a lot to think about, isn't it? Let's get rid of some of this extra stuff. Okay. All right. Yep, I have some thinking to do, but let's hop into the game. Alrighty, so we are going to start with Gideon and his family. We are going to um, be here in the church where they are just spending more time closer to uh, town now that they've moved. So that is like a big thing for them, is that they've moved now, they're closer to town. And with that, not only does it create opportunities for Gideon and his work, but it also, like, he is closer to Deborah, which I feel like definitely opens the door for some potential, to be more seen together and stuff, like to be caught. So there is definitely another element of danger in a way for that. And so while everyone is doing their thing, him and Deborah are just kind of sneaking away together, trying to, have their affair continue. He's really hoping that she ends up pregnant or something, just so that, it would ruin her. He's like not a good person, but like he doesn't really understand the implication of like you are putting yourself in danger too because you think she's going to keep quiet. That is a maybe not. So, um, what we have here is just them spending time together. Alice obviously notices when he kind of wanders away. She is a jealous sim as well. So I think the fact that she's like, where were you? Like, what's the deal? She definitely is not, she's not dumb. She's not oblivious to what is going on. So she is definitely questioning him on that. But then she starts to feel sick. She starts to feel a little ill. Something's going around. People don't really figure out what's going on. Also, baby. That is our baby in Phineas's household being born, our daughter, and she did survive, and her name is Penelope, so that's very exciting. To have another child. So now we have two living children. We're making it work the best we can. We've been so unlucky. And so we have them doing their thing. And so, um, yeah, so Alice is basically like, what's going on? But then she starts to get ill and she isn't sure what she should do and what, that means for her and all of that stuff. And so, something's going around and nobody really knows what's going on just yet. So let's send her home to recuperate. Nobody really knows how serious this disease is yet. So she's just trying to relax. She's thinking that she just, caught whatever was going around. And unfortunately, she is not going to survive it. I was going to let her do the fatal illness from life's tragedies, but I think that would take too long. Like it's not even halfway down. So I'm like, okay, I think that maybe we will just kill her the old fashioned way. So we're going to do that. And we are going to just go here and kill her. So there she goes. She has lived a good life. Well, actually, you know what? She didn't really live a good life. That's so terrible. Yeah, she did not actually live. I mean, she did good. Like she was, of good status. She had her children. She had her husband, who she didn't really get along with at all, unfortunately. So, I think her marriage was not in a good state. And honestly, Gideon is probably already thinking about who he can now marry to take care of the kids. And, it's important for a man of his status to have a wife who takes care of things. He definitely wants to now, I guess, replace Alice now that she has passed away. But he doesn't want, he has optics to worry about, basically, is what I'm saying, is he's thinking, I don't want to do it too soon because I want people to, feel bad for me because my wife died, and I want people to focus on me and my success and all of that stuff. So he's definitely worried about that. So then we are going to head out again, and this time we're actually going to head out to see Cameron. So Cameron announced last time that Carrie Lou was going to be his heir, so he is, still on that. Meanwhile, Elizabeth is kind of like, hold on, we need to talk about this because you didn't even like talk to me about it, and you're, cutting off our child. And it's very, not good. So, um, she is going to talk to him and be like, look, you can't just cut Charity and Thanks out. Like, they are our blood. She's our daughter. Like, you know, what are you doing? And he's just like, look, they're not worthy of the position. Um, I have to focus on what's best for the community, for our settlement, all of that stuff. He's basically like, look, it's not about that. You have to understand. And Elizabeth is really hurt by this because, that's her child. And if, regardless of whether or not they deserve it, it does feel like he's taking something away from them. And so it really does hurt her feelings there that she is worried about, their future and everything, especially like, how's it going to look, that he didn't even choose his own son in law. And so it's definitely something that they're going to struggle with as a couple. And Elizabeth is just kind of sick of, Cameron being so deferential to Annabelle and Carrie Lou. And so she's kind of like, you know what, I'm going to stay with Charity for a few days. She's like, I just got to get out of here for a little while. Like, I need to get away from the, toxicity here. And she realizes that it just gives Annabelle and Carrie Lou more ammunition against everyone around Cameron and kind of isolating him. But she just does not want to deal. She has tried to argue with her husband. It has not worked. She is not interested in continuing the arguments. So she is going to come over to Charity's house and she's going to talk to Charity and basically be like, look, I tried. Like, I really, wanted to. Why is there a fire? Why are both of you on fire? um, so, anyway, uh, besides that, um, we are going to um, focus on Thanks and his feelings about, kind of being pushed aside. He had that confrontation with Cameron where Cameron told him he wasn't good enough and everything. And so he is going to take out that anger on Mary and basically be like, I've never done anything wrong except for that one time with Trinity. And just because you were born, like if you hadn't been born, no one would even know about it. And it would all be on Charity. It wouldn't be me. That's the problem. And it's not my fault and blah, blah, blah. And so he's very upset that his own actions, well, okay, technically the whole Mary thing was not his fault, but like he doesn't know that. um, so Charity kind of steps in and she's like, whoa, whoa, you can't, like, you need to relax. Like, you can't be yelling at her. She's, our child. And Thanks is like, she's not your child, though. And that's the problem. And Charity is like really offended by this because, like, keep in mind, Charity is like the nicest person to ever walk the earth. Like, she is too nice to everybody. And she really has taken care of Mary as her own child this whole time. She was really close to Trinity and everything. And so she will fight against her husband on mistreatment of any of the children, including Mary. She is down for Mary. She is not going to let Thanks, blame anyone else, and she's like, if you want to blame someone, blame me because I was a part of the problem. So it's getting problematic over there. But anyway, so now we're back in our main household. Phineas is working hard to try and make as many concoctions as he can to help the people who have the measles and everything. And he is working overtime, working all night, always trying to figure stuff out. Abigail is still taking care of the household. She's taking care of the children. They're just really working as a team to try and make sure that they can do everything that they can, including help others. So they are doing that, and then we are having another baby be born, and I'm so low on names here. I am just repeating names, and it's bad because now we have two people with the same name who are alive currently, and it's a really problem. We have so many people with the same name who are alive right now. I need to really figure out how to just like get rid of the extras in the spreadsheet or something. So oops. But now we have two, two Hyoko Waldricks. There's the other one. um, so, whoops. But anyway, we're just going to keep moving forward. I'm not going to change it. It's okay. People have the same name. I'm realizing like in my own family, there are at least three people, three women and three men who all have the same name because they're all like named after people. My uncle's named after my grandfather, my cousin's named after, like so. They all have the same name. So I guess it happens. It happens. We're just going to roll with it. So, yes, Phineas is working hard trying to to help people. And then we're going to head over. So Simsy, this is a Simsy graveyard that I just downloaded. I think I've actually had this same graveyard in my game before, but this is a Simsy graveyard, and here it is. And I've just added some new stuff to it because I think it was before Life and Death came out that she made this. But yeah, so everyone is kind of coming out to this graveyard for, you know, spending some time where, people have died, and the community is grieving. Multiple families have been impacted. This year, actually, one, two, three, the same number of people who successfully aged up is the same number of people who died this year. So there are 4 people died, 4 people had birthdays, and so it's a not insignificant number for a small community like this, where they have they've had this loss. And so yes, we've had worse in the past. But we haven't had a pandemic in a while in this game. So definitely something that everyone is going to come together to focus on. And we are going to have them all be spending time as a community, kind of grieving, trying to do better, and um, you know have that closeness, I guess. I don't know. They're just hanging out at the graveyard at this point. I did want them, though, to spend some time here, really sitting in that and thinking about their grief and everything. I didn't want them to just pop by for a quick. I didn't have Alice's tombstone, so I wanted to have a funeral, but I couldn't find it. But maybe with our main household, if anybody dies, we'll do that. Meanwhile, I'm just going to come over here, age up the baby, kill a couple Sims, and then have some people be spending time together here as well. So, we have Pullman, who is back, has kind of rejoined the group here with his family, and is wanting to, reconnect and kind of make up for his past behavior. So a lot of them are spending time together. Everyone is totally welcoming to him with open arms, just very understanding that he's been a jerk and he's trying to make up for it, and they're going to let him try to make up for it. Nobody's really holding a grudge, even though they're definitely cautious of some of his, you know, they're not just going to jump in, but they are going to give him a chance. So meanwhile, we are going to do our birthday stuff. So birthday stuff is starting here. We have for birthdays, we have Gideon Hobard II becoming a toddler, Mary Dubois becoming a teenager, Tawa Awiakta dying, Samoset Awiakta dying, Vladimir Borisov died of the measles, Alice Hobard died of the measles, Penelope Hobard was born and became an infant, and Ahioko Waldrick also was born and became an infant, and I'm just labeling her as number 2 because we do have those same name situations, so I do have to figure that out, but that's fine. But yeah, I mean, everything's going pretty well. This little Ahioka is definitely going to look like her father. I can already tell. But yes, things are going pretty well. What's happening next year? Let's find out. Next year. Oh, hey, how come I can't click on this? Okay, so next year, and Penelope, Ahioka, Aelin, Tallulah, nobody too exciting. So that'll be fine. Nobody who's going to cause us any super drama. Obviously our kid, but we're still trying to have kids more and more. So hopefully we can move through that. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this part. We are definitely getting close to the end of this decade and even the end of this century, which is just crazy to me. I'm very excited. Maybe we should move to a new neighborhood for the next era, according to Morbid. So maybe we should do that because I am definitely ready for the 1700s. I'm super excited about having new rules. They don't come around that often. So I think a new set will be fun. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one.